Okay, I've recently had a customer have a problem with importing fonts into the CheckMate Draw software that didn't line up properly. It wasn't centering to the first line above it. So I'm going to show how to correct that problem. Here's the issue. When I import this file, and it's a DXF file into Corel Draw, okay, when I bring that in, it's going to give me a standard import AutoCAD file dialog box. I'm not changing anything there. Stay with the defaults. Here's the issue. This was set up on a different computer than mine. So those fonts on that computer are not going to match the fonts I have on my computer. In this case, they have or used Arial Unicode MS-Normal. So my computer is going to substitute that font with Arial Normal. Now, it's a good chance that that customer ordering this specific job will want their specific font being utilized. So that's the first issue. You want to make sure that you convert your font on the original creation computer. Always export it as a curve, so then when the next person gets it, or you as a laser engraving shop gets it, you will output the same font that was designed to be output as. And I'll go through the steps in how to do that here in Corel Draw. So I'm going to import that. I'm just going to center it to the page, which hitting enter does that. And if we zoom in here, we can see that let me change my text now. We can see when I select All Star, it did convert it to Arial Normal like it was supposed to on both lines. Okay, so I don't know if that was the right font that they wanted to use or not, but this is just to show you that that's one of the problems, that whatever font was used on the creation computer and then it's exported as a font and not a curve, the receiving computer, which is probably the system you're using to output this to the laser engraving machine, is going to cause a problem because it's going to substitute a font that's not going to match the original design, which you don't want that. So whenever you receive something from a customer, you must stress to them to convert to a curve before they export it out to you. So we're going to do that here in Corel Draw. So first thing I need to do is go to Arrange, click on Convert to Curve. I'm going to select All Star and do the same thing again. Arrange, convert to curve. Now we look down here, All Star is a curve, and we select the second line, that's a curve as well. Now I need to align this because you can see here it's too far to the right. It's flush with the right side of the R, so there's a big gap between the W and the A's in. So the way alignment works is the last object selected is what all the previous objects will align to. So in this case, I'm selecting line number 2. I'm going to select All Star, the first line, because I want this second line to align with the first line. So let's go to Arrange, Align and Distribute, and right here, Align Centers Vertically. You can also use the letter C. Okay, and when I clicked on that, you see this shifted over. Now the second line is nicely centered between at the correct position of the first line. Okay, I'm going to export this out now. They've both been converted to curves. Let's go to File, Export, and I want to do Selected Only because I don't want to export this entire design. I just need to show the font issue with this design. And I've already created a file here called All Star Text. So I'll export that, and I'm definitely going to overwrite it. And here we got the Export to AutoCAD DXF Format dialog box. As you notice here, export text as curves. So if you did have fonts that all matched up and everything, and you're exporting it out for your own computer, just to make sure CheckMate Draw reads it properly, leave the default of this curve selected. Never use the text. That way you eliminate any confusion, any problems, any conflicts with the actual design being engraved. And here we go here, AutoCAD 2000. That is the most compatible format I find across all these choices you have from 2008 all the way down to release 2.5. This is the most compatible. It maintains all your shapes, designs, dimensions, etc., including the fonts issue that we're discussing here. So I'm going to select AutoCAD 2000. Now that this is selected, AutoCAD 2000 curves, and ignore this. We ignore that with the laser engraving system. These are the two most important ones. Export text as curves, export version AutoCAD 2000. That will become the default for every time you export your file. So you don't have to go and change that every time. Just a good idea to visually review it just to make sure, but that'll be your default unless you change it. So let's go ahead and click on OK. Okay, now let's go to CheckMate Draw software, and I'm going to import that file we just exported. So go to File, Import, and All Star Text, and let's open that up. Now it zooms in so we can see it clearly. You can see everything's nice and straight on the bottom here. All Star is all nice and straight, and it's nicely centered between first line against the second line. That is a proper way to export text and then from CorelDRAW or AutoCAD or any program as DXF in the version 2000 as a curve. So when you import it into the XMA Draw software, it imports properly.